Hey, what's up anglers? This is Pat from Salt Strong, and in this video we're going to talk about a subject that happens to be really important all over the country right now, and that is staying safe out on the water when it comes to the heat. Right now, where I'm filming this is in Florida, and it is incredibly hot here, and it's all over the place over in Texas, even up the eastern seaboard as far as Virginia and further points north. It's just hot, hot, hot out there, so we need to make sure and take care of ourselves. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you some tips that will help you stay more comfortable on the water. Now, some of these might be obvious, but they are important to be repeated, and some of this might be new to some of you out there. Now, the first tip is going to be fishing at nighttime, if at all possible. Now, not only are you going to be able to avoid the heat at nighttime and fish during those coolest parts of the day, also, the bite is typically better at nighttime too. These fish actually know this is the coolest time of the day. They're going to be more active and they're going to be more aggressively feeding at nighttime. You can usually fish a little bit faster. You can fish with some more aggressive lures. And as soon as that sun starts to come up, that bite starts to die down. So if you're able to fish at nighttime, that really is the best way to do it. But I understand not everybody can fish at nighttime. Now, the next tip is going to be make sure you're drinking plenty of fluids, and that is water specifically. Not only do we need to be drinking water, we also need to be staying away from certain types. So no energy drinks, try to stay away from the caffeine, try to stay away from sugary drinks, you know, your Cokes, your sodas, that kind of stuff, and definitely the alcohol. Cut down on your alcohol, and that even goes the night before. You know, if you're drinking heavily the night before, that's going to dehydrate you and put you in a bad situation even for the next morning. Now, when it comes to drinking water, they recommend that you drink 4 ounces of water every 15 minutes or 16 ounces of water per hour. It's better for you to drink smaller amounts more frequently than larger amounts infrequently. You'll stay more hydrated that way. Also, if you have a tendency to sweat a lot like I do, it's a good idea to drink something that has electrolytes in it. So a sports drink like, say, Gatorade or even coconut water, these will actually replace your electrolytes, and it'll help you stay more hydrated and in better mental condition too while you're out there on the water. Now, the next tip is actually wear a hat. What you really want to do is you want to make sure and keep that sun off of your skin. It might seem a little counterintuitive when it comes to, you know, wearing like long sleeve shirts or anything like that, but the less sun that's hitting your skin, the better off you're going to be. And one of those things that's going to help you out is wearing a hat. Now, there are certain hats that I do recommend that I prefer, and that's something that's got some ventilation, something that breathes. Now, I typically wear a baseball hat, a baseball cap style hat, but a wide brim hat works really well for this situation. But I do recommend getting something that's ventilated. So whenever I'm wearing a baseball cap, I like using that trucker style hat because it lets the heat out and it lets that fresh breeze in, and it helps keep you a little bit cooler that way. If you think about it in the winter time, if you're wanting to stay warm, you'll wear something that's closed off, something like a beanie or something like that, that'll hold that heat in. But in the summertime, obviously you want something that's opposite, something that's going to breathe well. So make sure whatever hat that you're going to choose is going to have some ventilation, and the more ventilation, the better. Now, before I make it to the final tips, I just want to let you guys know, if you are unfamiliar with Salt Strong, we are a company that helps you catch more fish in less time while saving you money. So if you are interested in catching fish like snook, trout, flounder, and redfish faster than you ever have before, or if you are not happy with the quantity or the quality of the fish that you're catching, make sure and check us out at saltstrong.com and look at the Insider Club where we can help you catch more fish. Now, my next step is going to be going back to keeping the sun off of your skin, is going to be wearing performance clothing like the shirt that I'm wearing here, which is a long sleeve shirt. Now, again, I am out of Florida and I fish here all the time. Been fishing in Florida all my life, and dealing with this heat, I can attest to you that this new material that they're making these shirts out of, this dry material, this tech material that they're using, works really, really good. Now, if you come from up north and you're really used to not wearing long sleeve shirts only in the wintertime, when you use this different material, this type of material, not only does it wick away the moisture, it breathes a lot better, and it keeps the sun off your skin, so it keeps you more comfortable than, say, even if you didn't have a shirt on, believe it or not, because that sun is not beating down on you. It regulates your temperature a lot better. So if you see those fishing shirts that's made out of that dry tech performance material, that is going to help you stay cooler in the summertime. Also, another thing is fishing pants. That's another thing that I do wear. I wear long sleeve pants during the day, even when I'm out on the boat in the kayak, because I want to keep that sun off of my skin. Now, they do make fishing pants that are convertibles that you can zip the legs off and turn them into shorts. I typically don't because I don't want to get sunburnt, and I feel better if I don't have the sun touching my skin, but they are available, and they do make them out of that lightweight material. They do sell them as fishing pants or even hiking pants. A lot of times that's what they're advertised as, but it's amazing at how comfortable you can be even wearing pants in the summertime because of the material that they're made out of. Now, one more tip I want to give you is make sure and take breaks often, and those breaks could look differently. Say for instance, I fish out of a kayak. A lot of times whenever I'm loading up my kayak in the middle of the day, sometimes it's on a blacktop parking lot, it gets really hot. Normally I can just go ahead and load everything up and go about my way, but what I have to do in the summer times is I have to take breaks. I'll start my truck up, get the AC running, unload the kayak into the back of the truck, sit in the AC for a little bit, and then I can put all the stuff up. That way I'm taking those breaks and I'm not overexerting myself and having any issues when it comes to heat exhaustion. Now, if you're out on the water, sometimes what happens in the summertime, you don't get much of a breeze at all. One of those breaks might be just getting out of the boat, maybe taking a swim, or pulling over to a spoiler island and getting out and maybe waiting around. That will help you out too. But just make sure you're putting in some breaks during the course of the day to get you out of the temperature. And of course, really the best option is to get off the water before it even gets to that situation where you have to take those breaks. But I understand not all of us have those schedules where we can fish whenever we want, but just make sure, add a couple breaks in there and it'll help extend your fishing time and your time on the water. Now, this is a list of 5 tips on how to stay cool out there. This is by no means a complete list on it. And if you've got some tips out there that helps you extend your time on the water and helps you stay cool, I'd love to hear from you. Share it with us, and anytime that you can share this information, it's going to help a lot of people out. So put that down in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you, and I'd love to try a couple of these out. Now, as always, I appreciate you watching, and if you like videos like this that have tips that not only help you stay out on the water and stay safe longer, but also helps you catch more fish, make sure and check us out at saltstrong.com, and I hope to see you there soon. Thanks for watching again. Have a great day. Bye.